Good morning everyone, I hope you're keeping well. I've escaped the coast. I'm in the deepest, darkest Norfolk Broads. It's a beautiful morning, still, peaceful, the sound of birdsong everywhere. I'm at wonderful Alderfen Broad Norfolk Wildlife Trust Reserve, and I'm looking forward to shooting amongst all these beautiful spring green colours. So join me as I have a lovely walk around here, and hopefully we'll find some lovely images for you. And yeah, let's get going. Beautiful. Oh, that's more like it now, guys. Hold on, let's just do a quick scoot to the sky. Yes, a bit more broken cloud now. I thought I was in for another one of those greyish, heavy cloud days, which we've had so much of here recently. And I just need to get fired up this morning. I need to get that starting image. Sometimes we need that first image in the can to just get us going. And as much as I like subdued light in the woodlands and forests, and I really do, today, I just want those greens being lit. I just want them being luminant and looking nice and punchy. So hopefully in a short while we'll get some light come into here, because I need to get started. Well, I don't need to get started, but I just want to get started, and that'll just give me the impetus to keep looking, keep the eyes peeled, looking for new compositions. So bring on the light, come on. Excellent, so I think that's got me started. A little bit of light come through. And I've stayed in the one place that I said I was going to stay, and I've shot my first image of the day, which is a pano, which is rather nice for me, rather surprising. What I've done is I've shot from that tree there to those trees there. Now I've used an aperture of f5.6. Now that tree and those trees there are more or less level with each other. So that'll be a nice plane of focus where my edges of my image will both be sharp. So the tree on the left will be sharp, the trees on the right will be sharp. So that'll be a nice sort of intro to the image, a sort of gateway into the image and the light behind. So yes, quite nice, quite subtle. But yeah, more light to come, so let's see if I can find another composition in a minute. John makes note to himself never to mention there's light coming up. Heavy cloud. Oh well, patience, John, patience. Enjoy the moment, enjoy the peace. Never forget that, guys. I know we're out to take pictures, but sometimes chill. What's meant to be, will be. It's certainly going to be a waiting game today, guys. Such a pity, such beautiful colour, but nonetheless, I'm finding images. I'm got a lovely area of reeds behind me, which I'm just waiting for the sun to come up on, and I think that will be really nice vibrant colours. But rather than just sitting there freezing, feeling sorry for myself, I've just given myself a little challenge, and I think that's always a good thing to do if you're waiting out perhaps a bigger composition and you know what you want. But you know, keep yourself busy, keep yourself entertained, keep everything thinking. Think about compositions, think about, you know, your use of shutter speed. Do you want to use a creative shutter speed, or do you just want to freeze some action? Do you want shallow depth of field? Do you want a large depth of field? And my little task for myself is just to work with this tree and all this lovely old vine and this lovely area here. Beautiful, and some lovely vibrant leaves there. Just see if I can make some images from that. Just a little challenge for 5 or 10 minutes while I'm waiting for the light. It's just always worthwhile. Just keep going, keep practicing. Practice, practice, practice. Behind me is one of the viewing, I think is the only viewing area at Alderfen Broad, and it's beautiful. The only trouble is, and with a lot of broadland landscape shooting, is there's not too many viewpoints that are easy to shoot from, I think is what I'm trying to say. We've got a lot of reeds behind us, and there's a beautiful area which was taking some gorgeous light. So John was doing his precarious balancing on those, oh, where's my finger, on those wooden stumps, looking above the screen there, and shooting towards a lovely little promontory with some lovely reeds and some beautiful trees with beautiful lime green leaves. Really, really nice. Wish I could take my time with that and get that nicely set up, but it's a case of handheld and do your best. So not how I like to work, but hopefully the light is nice on that. Beautiful light coming through. And like I say, a little bit of patience and I've lucked out in the end. So I've just said that again, haven't I? Cue heavy cloud any minute. Oh well, anyway, I hope you like these shots. I think they should look quite nice. Yeah, I just suddenly thought, oh, it'd be rude if I didn't show you the actual Broad itself. Hold on, come with me. Let's have a look. It's a beautiful spot. Very tranquil, very peaceful. Hold on. Right, just got to clamber up on these little wooden posts. Oh, there you go. Absolutely beautiful. Lovely. Anyway, better get on with some other stuff, eh? Oh dear, I can only describe my my attempt to get through this place as being beaten by the bog. Oh God, that's just, I'm no way I'm going to get through it. No way. It's a pity because beyond there there's a beautiful dead tree there and some lovely spring colour on the trees behind there. If they took some light, that would be lovely, but I'm not getting through that. No way. And I'm just going to make the land worse. And you know, you've got to respect your nature reserves when you come out to them and think, well, hold on, that's got to repair itself. And it's just not going to happen. I'm just not going to get through there. So I'm going to go back to the woodland and walk around the wooded path, which I know will be absolutely fine. But the path that skirts the Broad or the waterways is, for the moment, out of bounds. Pity, but got to accept it. That's nature, and let's preserve these beautiful places. So time to head back in the woods. As I've been beaten by the bog, I thought I'd give myself another challenge, much like I did earlier on with the tree with the vine around it. I'm going to shoot in this area, shooting into the reeds, trying to isolate various plants, or maybe stems of the reeds, or anything really that I can find. So, you know, something like this, which has got some beautiful dew on it as well. And I'm going to be shooting with the shallow depth of field, so I'm going to be using anything from f1.8 up to about f3.2. So I'm just going for sort of arty images, shall we say, very dreamy sort of things, and that they should be quite effective. I've just, like I say, set myself a challenge of maybe taking 5 or 6 in here. I've turned the ISO up as well, because obviously with a very, very shallow depth of field, you want to be having a fairly quick shutter speed to catch the action, because we are getting an occasional breeze here and there. So I want to make sure I've got everything in focus. And if you're you know, if you're anything like me, where the eyes are not failing, but they're not what they used to be, make sure you double check your focus when you go back in. Make sure you do. And that's what I'll be doing on every image here, just making sure everything's a-okay. But yeah, so hopefully these will be some nice sort of abstract arty images, and then we'll see where we can go from there. Okay. So back in the woods now then. Yeah, it's lovely. Heavy cloud still, so unfortunately it's looking like we're not going to get any light come through at the present time, which is a pity because I know this area well and I come here to photograph quite a lot, and there's some wonderful tree-lined walks here. But I've only just gone on to the start of the path actually, and I've already thought of this as a composition using these birches in front, the trees in the background, and then you've got all the slight path going through into the distance there, little bit of light coming through, sort of ambient light should I say. It might be quite an effective shot. I don't think we'll be going to be looking at f11s and f16s. We're going to be looking at very selective focus, maybe one of the birches at the front, get one of them in focus and then let everything fall off. Should be quite a dreamy effect, but with all those lovely shades of green, should look rather nice. Oh guys, a little bit of extended light I think this time. I think genuinely there's going to be light for more than about 5 minutes, which would be lovely. Anyway, Jon's top woodland tips. There'll be 6 more to follow. Satire. No, all I wanted to say was, guys, those are the trees that I shot earlier. And all I wanted to say is when you're walking through woodland, stop yourselves every 30, 40 feet, especially when you've got lovely light coming through, and look behind you and see what presents itself, because you never know, there might be another image there for you. And on this occasion there was for me. Quite a nice composition, lovely light at the back, beautiful, look at those beautiful greens at the back, lovely. Anyway, that was just my little woodland tip. Always stop and check behind you every so often. You might miss something if not. All right, I'm going now, back to more photography. Lovely light guys, absolutely lovely light. What I'm doing is I'm shooting down the pathway here, focusing on that tree using about f1.8, f2. I'm also going to do an image or a version of the same image but focus right at the end of the path. I tend to do that a lot with these sort of woodland path images, and sometimes it's amazing the difference between the two. Sometimes you think the close focus one works, sometimes the one right at the end works. So I'll be doing that with this one. And I'll also be coming round, hold on, let's do it to twizzle, try not to trip up my tripod. And you can see all the trees here, they all lean slightly together. It's a beautiful, beautiful shot. I don't know whether today's the best day now. It's almost a little bit too harsh. You really want sort of late light or first light to come into the forest here or into the woodland here and, you know, to give it that look, but I don't think it's going to be quite effective, but I will take the image. It might even be something that I turn black and white, but at least I got some light now. That might even mean that on my way back to the car, I'll see some more images that I just didn't see first thing. But anyway, let's see if we can find something here. Well, I've just followed my advice and I think I've got probably my favourite shot of the morning. Going to be a tough one and I've got to wait for some light to come out again. It's a tough one to focus, but was looking ahead to me. All right, looking at that shot down there, which is very nice, don't get me wrong, but I turned round and what I found was, let's have a little backwards walk. This little bit hanging down here. It was catching the light beautifully, and what I could do was I could set it against the darker, I think that's holly behind, and it looked really nice and luminant. So I was just focusing on that. I was using f1.8, so it's a little bit touch and go, so I might switch that up to about 2.8 when the light's back out again, and it works really nicely. I'm really happy with that. And I thought that might be a little bit too harsh down the path at the moment, but that's given me an idea to just carry on for a little while longer. beautiful sounds around here, so peaceful. But what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to just enjoy my last 10-15 minutes of photography, and I'll put up some more images afterwards, including that one I've just talked about. It's been a lovely morning. It's been difficult. There's been times where I think, oh no, come on, give us some light, because it's been a tough old winter and spring. I hope you guys haven't suffered the same as us, but down here, but it's been very, very difficult, some really poor light. So it's nice to get out in this beautiful weather today. Anyway, I'm gassing on too much, so I am going to say thank you ever so much for watching. Please leave a comment, please leave a like if you've enjoyed the video. Just feedback in general, it would be lovely. If you haven't subscribed, please consider it. I'm not a bad old boy, honestly. I take an odd good image here and there. And before we go, I must just say my usual thing. Hold on. Where are you? You're not going to do it now, are you? Never work with children or animals. Yeah, that's right. Don't forget, hug your loved ones, okay? See you soon, all right? Look after yourselves. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.